What's good, everyone? I'm actually at my apartment today. I'm not in the office because I'm sick as a dog. We were going to just push one of our cuts from earlier this week. We were going to do the Michael Penix Jr. scouting report today on the channel, but breaking news hit today, of course, as I'm at home sick with like the flu or something today. But so if my voice seems coarse or if I'm sneezing or coughing or anything like that, that's why. But also make sure you guys click that subscribe button because whenever breaking news hits, my commitment to you guys is that I'm going to get a video out to you guys as soon as I possibly can whenever there's breaking news action this offseason. Whether I'm sick at home, whether I'm on vacation, whether I'm on my day off, I'm going to get a breaking news video out to you guys no matter what. And you guys just aren't going to get that level of dedication anywhere else here on YouTube. We have videos every single day. We have a live show every single week. If you want the best, most premium, in-depth, dedicated Steelers coverage here on YouTube, make sure you guys click that subscribe button. So let's go over today's breaking news, which is Mason Cole, last year's starting center, has officially been released by the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's going to save the team just under $5 million in cap space. It's going to save $4.75 million. And this comes on the day where the NFL announces that they are increasing the salary cap next year to an astronomical level. I believe it's like $253, $54 million, which is going to give a little bit more wiggle room here for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And what this move tells me, plain and simply, is that Mason Cole just wasn't good enough to bear the cap hit that he would have had on the team this year. He was just not very good this past year. I think we all knew that. I think we all kind of expected this move to happen, just like when they cut Mitch Trubisky, Chukwuma Okorafor, and Presley Harvin earlier this offseason. I think we all knew that they were probably going to get another center this offseason, and because they probably didn't want to pay the over $5 million in a cap hit to a backup center in Mason Cole, it was most likely that he was going to get cut. Okay, so definitely my biggest takeaway that most people that are kind of reacting to this is that it definitely means that the Steelers are going to draft a center in the 2024 NFL draft. People are already posting clips of Jackson Powers Johnson from Oregon and Zach Frazier from West Virginia, and that the Steelers are for sure going to take one of those guys in the first round or second round this year. Now, it's definitely not impossible if they don't sign another center in free agency. You can pretty much just write it up. They're going to draft a center to start for them next year. But I really think that they're probably thinking about signing a veteran center this year in free agency, whether that be Aaron Brewer, somebody that comes from the Tennessee Titans. He played under Arthur Smith. Arthur Smith has really talked about him and the effort that he brings. He's one of Arthur Smith's guys. So if I would have to guess who the next starting center for the Pittsburgh Steelers is going to be, keep your eye on Aaron Brewer. He's free agent this year. He's formerly from the Tennessee Titans. Some other names to keep in mind: Connor Williams, Andre James from the Raiders, Ted Karras is a potential trade target. Currently with the Cincinnati Bengals. So there's definitely some options there, but I definitely wouldn't be opposed to drafting a center either. I love Jackson Powers Johnson. I think he's the perfect that would be the perfect marriage between him and between talent and scheme. I think he's perfectly made for this Arthur Smith wide zone heavy offense, and I definitely think he's the type of guy that would fit well in this structure. Same thing with Zach Frazier, by the way, out of West Virginia. I'd also be okay with Bo Limmer out of Arkansas. That's another name you should keep your eye on. I think he's probably one of the better value centers in this year's NFL draft class. And then also Cedric Van Pran out of Georgia, a really good player as well. So those are kind of the four centers I've got my eye on right now. And when it comes to what we can expect moving forward, especially with the new cap space being added today. Okay, so they're increasing the cap hit or the cap next year, I should say, by over $30 million. All right, so that's a lot of money, and it was about $10 million more than anybody was really expecting. So it's a massive increase that's going to really juice up the free agency market here as we approach free agents. As we approach free agency, there's going to be new massive contracts being signed because of this new cap hit or number here in 2024. And you can definitely expect the Steelers to be shopping around for some of these guys, all right? You can expect them to try and sign a corner, to sign an offensive tackle if they can get one, all right? To sign a center like Aaron Brewer, to sign another wide receiver. I think Omar Khan is probably going to be pretty aggressive this offseason, and I definitely think that this cap number gives them some wiggle room here that they maybe didn't have before. And it definitely opens up some interesting possibilities in terms of the quarterback position, because if you have $10 million in additional cap than what you were expecting going into the offseason, I mean, that's going to help things out. So if you want to go get a Kirk Cousins this offseason, absolutely, today's news helps that out. Now, will they go out and get Kirk Cousins? I don't know, okay? It seems like they like Kenny Pickett. The reports are saying that they're going to stick with KP. There's also other reports out there that they like Russ and that they like Justin Fields, and those are cheaper options than Kirk Cousins. So at this point, honestly, guys, I have no freaking idea what the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to do at the position of quarterback this offseason, but it's definitely going to be fun. Make sure you guys click that subscribe button, because whenever they make a move, whenever they make a trade, whenever they make a signing in free agency here coming around the corner, we're going to have you covered with a breaking news video. We're going to be going live for the really big news. Like if they trade for Justin Fields, immediately we're going to be going live for that. Okay, so make sure you guys click that subscribe button to join us for our reactions to all that big news that happens this offseason. So the last thing that I kind of want to talk about here when it comes to the Pittsburgh Steelers in today's news is the report from Albert Breer about Justin Fields and how the Bears are going to be entering the NFL scouting combine next week in Indianapolis, trying to get a gauge for what the structure of a trade for Fields is going to look like. And Breer reports that the Bears are going to want to part ways with Fields as soon as possible, or whenever a deal makes sense to be made. And they definitely want to get a deal done quickly. They want to give Justin every opportunity to succeed in his new place. So if the Steelers end up making a trade for Justin, I have a feeling it's going to be probably by next week, if not the next 2 weeks, maybe before free agency. And then if they're not able to land Fields, maybe he gets sent to Atlanta or something like that. That's when I think we can shift our focus to guys like Kirk Cousins and Russell Wilson, if that is the Steelers end up replacing Kenny Pickett as the starting quarterback this year. And then if they're not getting somebody to start over Pickett this year, I think it's probably going to be Ryan Tannehill. Personally, I do think Mason Rudolph is going to draw enough interest from teams around the league where he's going to have an option to go somewhere other than the Pittsburgh Steelers. And because of that, with Ryan Tannehill being the guy that's familiar here in this system with Arthur Smith, I just feel like that's probably what's going to happen. If I have to guess right now, I would say Kenny Pickett, QB1, Ryan Tannehill, QB2, and then like Michael Pratt or like some mid-round quarterback in the draft this year is probably my best guess. Now, you guys know I love Russell Wilson. I would love Justin Fields. I would be excited about Kirk Cousins coming here as well if you can make it work financially. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see what happens. Mason Cole released today. We will have a new starting center in 2024. Save about $5 million in cap for 2024. And this definitely gets you over the limit here. So right now, the Steelers are officially in the black. So at this point, if you're making any sort of cuts or any sort of restructures, it's not to get below the cap number. It is to create more room for potential signings, potential trades, all these different things. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see what they do at every position, at center, at quarterback, at cornerback. I can't wait to break it down with you guys here over the next couple of weeks, even if I'm sick, even if I'm at home, even if I'm on my day off, even if I'm on vacation. All right, if there's breaking news for the Pittsburgh Steelers, I will get you guys a video. So without further ado, guys, click that subscribe button. That'll be it for today's show. I will see you guys tomorrow. And until then, here we go, Steelers.